So I would like to bring to you a side of inflation that you may not be receiving. And in doing so, I'll be using an article from CNN Business as my guide. So just for a brief little outset here, we are currently experiencing an inflation in this country. Prices are going up. And the average latest number I've seen is 8.5%. So with that in mind, let's get into this. Your toilet paper roll is slimming down. That's the title of this CNN Business article, and you'll figure out why in just a second. Slim down toilet paper, fewer cookies in a bag, less conditioner, and squeeze tubes. The changes are subtle and might evade less discerning shoppers, but retail industry experts say we could see more consumer products start shrinking in size or quantity or both because of rising costs. Record levels of inflation means households are paying more for everyday purchases, and it's costing companies more to produce packaged items like paper products, shampoos, as well as food and beverage products. Companies can raise prices, and many are, and others are charging customers the same price while offering less. Product downsizing, also known as shrinkflation, is happening with toilet paper, said Edgar Dorowski, a former assistant attorney general in Massachusetts, who is a consumer advocate and editor of website consumerworld.org. Downsizing happens during times of high inflation because companies that make everyday products are also paying more for raw materials, production, and delivery costs, said Dorowski, who's tracking how period of high inflation impact consumer products for 3 decades. Dorowski said product downsizing is becoming increasingly prevalent, and he recently picked up on several instances of brands inconspicuously shrinking the size of their products. For example, Procter & Gamble's Charmin's Ultra Soft toilet paper 18-count mega package now contains 244 two-ply sheets, down from a previous 264 double-ply sheets per roll. And super mega rolls of the brand now only display 366 sheets versus a previous 396 sheets per roll. That amounts to losing the equivalent of about a roll and a half in the new 18-count package, he said. Dorowski noted the large size toilet paper packs are most commonly stocked in stores now. It's almost impossible to find a 4-pack. Although he doesn't track product prices, Dorowski said when product downsizing happens, consumers end up paying either more for less of the product or the same price but for less of it. Now, just to give you guys a couple more examples of how this occurs, the Chips Deluxe with M&M's package is down to 9.75 from a previous 11.3 ounce per package. Gatorade bottles, they hold less beverage now. 28 fluid ounce, it's down from the 32 fluid ounce. And a change in packaging for Pantene conditioner to a slimmer squeeze tube that holds 2 ounces less of the product. So you see what's happening here. You see what's happening. And I didn't read out the entire article that goes on to give some more useful information. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. But see, if you make consumer products, things that are on the shelf, and you change your price, that's pretty noticeable. You know, people, they'll notice that, and demand may take a hit or something. They don't want to buy it anymore because they see the prices went up. Well, what if you can keep the price the same, but issue less of your product? Fewer number of cookies in the bag, less toothpaste in the squeeze bottle, less Gatorade fluid in the bottle. I mean, the list goes on. And you're tricking people, you're giving them the runaround while still screwing them at the same time. This is what this system provides for us. This is what it does. And they're all doing this to conserve, here we go, profit. You see, we just got hit with, and are still getting hit with 2 years of COVID disaster, 2 years of disease, 2 years of one of the worst economic downturns we've ever seen in the history of this country. And many people have yet to recover and are still recovering from it. And then when we thought we were at the peak, when we thought we were at the worst it was going to get, we get hit with an inflation. Wow. That thing really did a number on us. when we thought the inflation was at its worst, well then the Russia-Ukraine situation happened. And then we saw every economic sanction in the book get thrown out against Russia. And of course, that helped drive up cost and is helping drive up cost as well. And now we're seeing the different ways that these companies, these manufacturers, these CEOs, board of directors can in fact screw us over. This is simply wonderful. And let me just mind you, as I come to the end of this video, that all of these companies are seeing record high profits. They're not hurting. They're not going to walk into the office wearing a burlap sack. They're not struggling to eat. No, they're seeing billions and millions of dollars in new profit. They are. Just look it up. Look at what's happening with Amazon. They're the richest they've ever been. Yet they're raising the price, their cost for everything else under the sun. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, and there are many ways to offset this. There are many ways to deal with this other than A, raising your prices, or B, giving out less of your product, like less toilet paper or less Gatorade or less cookies or whatever the case. First of all, I'll just give you a couple. One of the methods is to simply deal with it, okay? Deal with the loss. And another method is these specific companies that are doing this shit, look up how much their CEOs are getting paid. Look up the millions and billions of dollars that they're taking home. And then ask yourself, wow, do they really need all of that? They can't survive on a couple billion or million less so that they don't have to raise prices, so that they don't have to, starve their workers, so they don't have to do the other unethical practices that they do. Anyway, I thought that this was something relevant to talk about. I'll be honest, I haven't really even considered this method of squeezing the people out of the little funds that they barely have in this climate today. Needless to say, it's just as sickening as the many other ways and methods that they have to do it.